Well, here I am up in a park, as you can see, and the park is up around Spadina and King. And as I mentioned before, there is a traffic problem in the city of Toronto. I don't know whether we have enough roads or too many cars. Wind here, I'm just delayed here. Let me get my hat back on. The HOV lanes were something that the city thought of to speed up traffic. Toll roads were another thing that was thought of. Toll roads are basically used in places like London, England. I believe we have the 407, which is a pay road. And as you can see way down here, this is at around 1:20, I believe. I don't really have the correct time. I didn't look at my watch. Close to 1:30 in the afternoon. As you can see up there, we have a traffic problem. This isn't as bad as it gets. This is kind of like minor, because your major traffic would be at rush hour around 5 o'clock. And it's become a major thing. I know that John Tory wanted toll roads, and that would basically penalize people in the suburbs, people coming from Mississauga and Scarborough and Brampton would have to pay a toll fee. And this would be into the city coffers to generate some revenue. But it didn't go over too big because it was quashed by the Premier. The Premier didn't want toll roads, so since the Premier didn't want toll roads, there was no toll roads. And I could go on and on about John Tory. One of the things that he's not good at is keeping his own municipal government from overspending. Now, I realize that if you're in a municipal government, you have to have the city. Wow, there's a lot of traffic here. The city needs funding from provincial and federal, that's obvious. But it also helps if you're a mayor to put the foot down and get discipline from your municipal councillors so that your municipal councillors don't overspend on frivolous pet projects. This is something that Tory is not good at, is keeping his own municipal Metro Hall politicians under fiscal constraint. And that's something that he's got to work on, because there's a lot of waste going on at City Hall. And I know people in City Hall that could tell you about the waste in City Hall. It would be unbelievable, the waste in City Hall. So that's something he has to get under. But the traffic issue will never go away. There's no reason for it to go away, because you just don't have, you have basically too many vehicles and not enough road. And then infrastructure payments, which are funded by the federal and provincial governments, fund your infrastructure payments. Unfortunately, a lot of those infrastructure payments, unlike the United States of America, do not go into infrastructure projects. In the United States, the mayor would get help from the federal government, which really doesn't happen here like it does in the United States. There's more focus on infrastructure spending in cities in the United States. So that's that's one of the things that has to be addressed to City Council, and that would be an objective. And wow, as you can see down here, look at the, I got to tell you, the skylight. The skyline, I remember at one time there used to be this many buildings in the skyline, and not anymore. Things have sure changed in the last 25 years, and over and out.